Hello and welcome to the Partygammon.com World Series of Backgammon, coming to you from the millionaire's playground that is Cannes on France's glamorous Côte d'Azur. I'm Cara Scott and I'm going to be guiding you through a feast of world-class action as the big names in the world of backgammon fight it out for a €200,000 prize pool and the first two titles in the World Series of Backgammon, the Nations Cup and the Cannes Riviera Cup. Backgammon is one of the most fiercely competitive games in the world with its unique balance of skill and luck. Never is this more apparent than in the Nations Cup, where teams from 21 countries hammer it out over the boards. Also unique to this tournament is this year's clock rule, forcing teams and players to think fast and play faster. This was met with mixed reactions from the players.
It's very fast this year and it's we're not so used to it, but it's fun. I mean, they should keep it this way.
Clock makes you play faster, so there are complications that you just don't have time to work out.
At the semi-final stage, championship favourites Denmark proves it takes more than just luck when they beat Team Ireland 2-1 to secure their place in the final and on the road to Nations Cup glory.
We beat Ireland for the second time and we'll be hopefully beating Ukraine today.
The second semi-final was between the USA and Russia. Having won a match apiece, the decider came down to a doubles consultation match where teammates can confer with each other as to the best move.
Yeah, it looks like it will, and we have to decide who's going to play it yet. So do you and me?
There's only lost one match. Go for it.
With supporters anxiously looking on, it came down to the wire. But after a very close match, Team USA proved triumphant. So the draw looks like this, with Denmark to play the USA in the final of the 2006 Nations Cup. And joining me again to analyse the draw and chew the fat is John Clark. He's one of the UK's best players and just nominated onto the Giants of Backgammon list. Thank you for coming in again, John. Tell me about the Nations Cup here.
Thank you, Cara. The Nations Cup consists of 3 or 4 players per team, including 1 or 2 reserves. They will play 2 7-point matches against the clock, and if those matches are shared, there will be a 9-point shootout match to decide the overall match. This will be played as a consulting doubles, and as ever, it's on the clock.
Talk to me about the final draw for the Nations Cup.
We have an intriguing matchup, 3 young guns from Denmark against 3 veteran pros from America. It's going to be a fabulous contest. All 6 players are indeed nominated for the World Giants, and we have a former world champion in the shape of Peter Jez Thompson for the Danish team, and both of his teammates are, I would say, about the same standard as him.
Sounds very exciting. Let's have a closer look at the teams. The USA's Ray Fogerland is a hugely experienced live and online player with many career titles to his name. This makes him a valuable member of Team USA. And fresh from the final of this year's Nordic Open, an event he won in 2002, Denmark's Morten Holm is one of the coolest players under pressure on the circuit. So, John, for those viewers at home who are new to this game, what's backgammon all about then?
Okay, Cara. Backgammon is essentially a dice game played on a board consisting of 24 narrow triangles called points. Each point represents 1 pip of the dice. Thus, if you roll a 4, you can move 1 checker forwards 4 points. You roll a 6, you can move it forward 6 points. Doubles have to be played twice. Thus, a double 2, for example, could be played like this. 2 checkers from the back are advanced 2 points, and 2 checkers descend from the midpoint, but effectively advancing 2 points as well. The overall objective of the game is to get all of your checkers into your home board and then pawn off into the checker tray. However, as these checkers move around the board, because each player plays in an opposite direction, a conflict occurs.
And just to ratchet up the pressure against our teams, they also have to play each match against a clock. Players can start and stop their clock by hitting a button to their right of the backgammon board, just like this and just like that. Now, players have 9 seconds to roll their dice and make their play. If they fail to make their play and stop their clock, they start eating into their reserve time. And this could be disastrous, because if you run out of time, you lose the match. It's as simple as that. With high stakes comes high pressure. And I, for one, can't wait. So let's bring it on and go over to John Clark in the commentary box.
And here we are for the final of the Nations Cup between the USA, represented by Ray Fogelund, and Morten Holm, representing Denmark. They are about to start their 7-point match on the clock. And with me in the commentary box, I'm delighted to be joined by Carter Mattig, one of my favorite American players, fresh from winning a huge tournament on a luxury yacht in Monte Carlo. Hi, Carter.
Hi, John. Yes, it was a very nice win on a yacht, and I'm looking forward to seeing my countrymen and my adopted Danish countrymen play a very spirited match here. Two really strong players.
Okay, Morten Holm, one of the very top Danish players, and he is playing the red checkers and bearing into the bottom left-hand quartile of the board as we look at it. Ray Fogelund from America in the yellow shirt, coincidentally playing the yellow checkers.
He is a very good player, and I'm looking forward to seeing Ray really maybe give Morty a run for his money.
And as the early game starts to take shape, we see Ray Fogelund making a semi-advanced anchor. Morten points on the loose blot.
Hey, that was a nice 6-4 there. Make the 4-point, clean up your blots, hit the checker. Good roll for Morten. It's funny, Ray is 4th all time on the ABT, which is the American list of the best backgammon players. So this is the best of the best playing in the final match. You don't usually see that.
Okay, as we can see, their clock's starting to tick down. As soon as they eat into those 9 seconds that they have to make their play, their time bank of 15 minutes starts to ebb away.
Here's the advanced anchor, push over.
5-4 from Morten. He will obviously make the 9-point with the 4, and then he has a choice of 5s. The hit on the 3-point looks wrong. I doubt that he'll even consider that.
You know, sometimes you got to get tempo here. Complicated. He doesn't. It's a little stripped inside for Fogelund. You know, he comes in hitting. He doesn't have as many covers for that 4-point that's open. So maybe it's not as insane as you think, John.
No, I don't like that play, Carter. It's generally incorrect to give up an asset to attack behind an anchor. And given that Morten Holm with the red checkers has a considerable racing lead, he may well choose to run here off the anchor, volunteering 24 shots to Ray Fogelund for the USA.
Yes, he definitely. I do prefer the run, but you know, it's always worth considering. Sometimes you get a little more action in these matches, and it's just a 7-point match of one bad turn, one dance, and you've got all this wood firing.
Yeah, Morten is looking at the two candidate plays here. Burying a checker from the 6-point to the ace-point is not an option. Not in the civilized world, anyway.
2-6 from the bar. That is actually Ray Fogelund's signature roll. If anyone has attended one of the American tournaments, they'll hear his 2-6 from the bar.
And he quite correctly hits and safeties the blot from his opponent's 3-point.
Okay, it's right here. And have thrown away the dice.
Morten Holm looking for a hitting number, about even money to hit here, which he does with a 1-3.
Bad shape for Ray right now. Even if he comes in, it's... Oh, hey, look, little prime.
Tremendous return shot to come into a safety point and make an asset in front of checker.
God, double fives.
Wow.
This is looking like a dead race here for Ray.
Okay, Ray knows the cube is coming.
Yeah, Ray brought a knife to a gun.